Hello, everyone. Good evening. I've lost the nail. Sorry, guys. How are you guys doing? Happy Monday. Very unusual of me to go on a live on Monday, but we have a lot to we have something to discuss. Not a lot, but we have some key things to discuss this evening. And I want to while it's fresh and hot. Hope you're all doing well. Happy week started. I hope your week has started well wherever you are all over the world. How's everybody doing? I've not even put my evening mask on. Just had a shower, getting ready. I think I'm coming down with the cold, guys. Can you hear it in my voice? I'm losing my voice. My locks are growing nicely. Pardon me while I play with my hair. My locks are growing nicely. Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing? I hope you are all well. Welcome to my live on a Monday, which is rare for me. But like I said, we have some big updates and I want to discuss it with my people. Yeah, shameless plug time. For those of you that are interested in candles, I know many of you are Megan fans. This is Wild Fig from Rituals, and it is fantastic. I also got their Suede Vanilla, which is also fantastic, guys. And for those of you that are looking to buy Megan's candles, Megan Sussex, as ever brand candles, on her website for Cyber Monday, they are 20% off. I was going to buy, but then I considered international shipping. So what I'm hoping, guys, is there's still something, there's still something after Cyber Monday. I don't know. For those of you who bought the Megan's candles, please let me know. I'm hoping we have other discounts, but I have a feeling when her show goes live tomorrow, sorry, her show might be going with Love Megan Christmas episode is coming out day after tomorrow, guys. I'll try and test the Discord. You know what? Tomorrow, you know what? Tomorrow I'll get a Discord set up, and in the evening I will see if some of you will be interested in joining me for watching with Love Megan episode so that we can test it together because I would love to have a live reaction with everybody while we watch the Megan's Christmas episode. So yeah, look out tomorrow, guys. I'm going to set up a Discord account. It's going to be very last minute, and you can come and join me and let's watch an episode of with Love Megan, and from there we can get together on the 3rd and watch with Love Megan Christmas episode. Hopefully you guys will like that. But yeah, just giving it a few more minutes, guys. Thank you for joining my live. It's weird for me on a Monday evening, but a lot has happened and I would like us to talk about it quickly. And yeah, great. Let me know in the chat where you are chatting from. Are you in the US? Are you in the UK? Are you in other countries? Are you in Africa? I would love to hear from you. This is also a shameless plug. I'm going to be posting some more things on my on my tech YouTube page. So the stuff I've been doing with AI and MCP servers, working with Codex, Databricks. So I'll be doing some stuff on there. If you're interested in joining me, please look out for posts on this page channel as well. And yeah, hello everyone. Cool. Hi. So yeah, let me start with what I wanted us to talk about, guys, very quickly. Let's talk about the big thing. So for those of you who don't know my channel, that probably just joined this live because you saw somebody stupid enough to have a live on a Monday. My name is Neka, N for Neka. As you can tell, I am Nigerian. I live in the UK, and my channel is primarily about this Duchess Meghan. I'm a Duchess Meghan fan, and I do my best to try and promote and support her endeavors because I believe the way that she is being spoken about online is disgraceful, frankly. And the bullying, the lies, the harassment it really gets out of hand. So that's just my own tiny way of supporting her. If you're interested in that type of content, please drop a like, please subscribe. I post rebuttals to nonsense and oh hi Summer, happy birthday. And yeah, and also I'm also a fan of looking out for people, especially black women. Obviously I'm a black woman in the media who I feel are being spoken about in a disrespectful way. Case in point, Megan the Stallion. But I'll get to her. Let's start with the big news. Megan Sussex, guys. For those of you who don't know, Megan had a Harper's Bazaar cover. She covered the one of the coveted issues, the December issue. Now, for those of you who don't know Harper's Bazaar, its circulation is not as wide as Vogue, but it's the American Harper's Bazaar. That's high fashion. That's couture. They don't just give it to anyone. And Megan, from all intents and purposes, has sold out her issue online. Now, what am I basing this off on? So, I checked and I was told that the hard copy proper issue will be available globally on the 2nd of December. So, like a lot of people, I was going to buy it from Amazon. People went to Amazon US and it's currently not available. Now they are saying that it's because it's sold out. Now I don't know if Amazon US started selling the issue earlier than when they said it was going to be available. I don't know, but I will still check again tomorrow on Amazon UK to see if I can get it. If I can get it, I will do a quick, because I want the mag. I want to keep it. I love Megan. And yeah, if she really has sold out, guys, that is effing incredible because nowadays, let's keep it 500%. Paper mags are not really selling out, not like they used to. Maybe people will buy it online, and I might end up doing that if I can't get the physical copy, although that will piss me off. But like for her to sell out a hard copy issue in today's day and age, that's incredible. She's in very good company. Very few people can sell out mags, not even the big stars, the Rihannas, the Beyonces, I think can sell out mags physically. So for her to have pulled that off, if that is true, that's incredible. But like I said, I will know tomorrow. So yeah, congratulations in advance if Megan has really sold out her Harper's Bazaar physical hard copy issue, because that's incredible. It would be nice to know what numbers, but I'm sure whatever the numbers, congratulations to her. I think it'd be a very nice keepsake, for the and I think the precedent is set there is if Megan is selling out magazines will want to feature her. So, and Megan, let's keep it. Megan, her nickname for me is Duchess of Success. Everything Megan touches turns to gold. So it's not really surprising that her own business endeavors are doing very well. Duh. So yeah, it just goes to show, right? Like Jay-Z said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Hate her or love her, and if you hate her, what is wrong with you? Hate her or love her, people are fascinated by this woman. They love interacting with anything she does. So that's a good shout for Megan. And yeah, let's get to the part I really wanted to talk about. Meg the Stallion. So guys, for those of you who may have somehow missed it, Megan was suing this ridiculous blogger Milagro, and guys, the case started I think 2 weeks ago. Megan has been found. Megan has been vindicated, guys, because she won. Woo, 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 woo. Megan has won her case against criminal stalker Milagro, and that's incredible. And I just wanted to share with you guys, for those of you that are wondering What has Megan the Stallion got to do with Milagro? What has Megan's the Stallion case got to do with Megan Sussex? I will tell you why. Because these are two people who are both, in my opinion, brutalized in the press and in the media and on social media in a way that is unfair and borderline criminal. A lot of lies and misinformation. And the difference, though, for Megan Sussex is Megan is Megan is not just online bloggers who are using her SEO to make money. There's an entire machinery spearheaded and pushed by the British tabloid media out to discredit and ruin the opportunities for this woman. They're spreading lies about her, spreading lies about her name, saying things just completely out of order. And they are doing it in concert with so-called new media, people that you see, people like me, people on YouTube, people on Twitch, who, if they want to grow their SEO, especially if they are right wing, because they all tend to be right wing, go after harassing Megan. It's pathetic. Well, it's where we are. So I want to give you guys the quick hits, right? So defamation. Oh, sorry, let me give you more context. So Megan won, yes, and this was decided in a Miami federal court. A jury found the blogger Milagro Grams liable for defamation and other charges. And I don't know why they are talking about other charges for causing emotional distress to Megan at the behest of Tory Lanez. And the part that everybody seems to be skipping over, Milagro is also guilty of promoting and distributing a deep fake of Megan in an obscene sex video. Fake, it's all AI. According to Florida law, that is a crime, actually, it's a felony. So I guess if I had to give a quick summary, what does it mean? What does this case mean? So what that means is, if you think about it, it's basically defamation versus what they call new media. So if you think about it, a jury has come together to say that an influencer, because that's what Milagro is, she's not a journalist, an influencer or a streamer liable for false claims about a public figure, underscoring that YouTubers and streamers face the same defamation standards as traditional media. The court also wrestled with whether Grams counts as media, a designation that affects legal protections. So the jury ruled that Milagro was media. However, the judge, who is in charge of interpreting the law at the start of this case, did not rule Milagro as media. And that's the part that's also very important, guys. And if you're wondering why is that important, because if you're media or if you're a journalist, they have specific protections, but then those protections also come with ethics, right? You are expected as somebody who is part of the media to be unbiased. And I'll quickly read you let me just get that. I will quickly read you the law's definition, the law's Florida law definition of media. But let me finish with the quick hits. So yeah, the defamation question has been answered. And yeah, I guess what we can say is non-traditional media people can be sued for defamation. Oop. The next thing, deep fakes have legal exposure. Exactly. The case highlighted harmful AI generated porn and Florida's new law enabling suits over manipulated and images. Coverage tied the verdict and deliberations to this statute's use in court. Expect more plaintiffs to cite similar laws. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. Deep fakes. I don't know why anybody, even if you hate somebody, would spread a fake AI image of them having sex. Like, why would you do that? What is wrong with you? You know? And I'm glad that there was a legal precedent around it. So basically, those of you clowns that think you are invincible and you can do what you like because these people are celebrities, attach their faces to AI and use it to show them in sexually explicit positions. So they've ruled that you can't do that shit. You are not protected from doing that. And the final one, the small dollars. So people, a lot of idiots online are saying, well, even though Milagro was found liable of all three charges, well, it's only 59K that she has to pay. Not so fast. Now, in terms of like what you call the small dollars matrix against the big precedent, damages are modest, yes, but the verdict is symbolic. Establishing, guys, think about this. It is establishing accountability for coordinated online harassment and misinformation around high profile trials. Are you guys listening? So don't say because you want a few clicks, you want to get a few clicks, you want to get some YouTube dollars or pounds, that you can just willy-nilly on American soil spread lies and misinformation about high-profile trials. You can't do that shit anymore, right? You shouldn't have been doing it in the first place. But Meghan has set a precedent now. And that precedent means that if, for example, I don't know what court case is going on right now, but let's say, I don't know, Jay-Z, since you guys like harassing Jay-Z online, if Jay-Z has a court case and many of you bloggers hate him for some reason, you can't just go around spreading misinformation because Jay-Z's money is long. He will sue you. And as setting precedent, he will win. So I guess my question for a lot of you haters and you influencers and you streamers and you bloggers, how important is this to you? How important is it to spread lies and misinformation? Do you want to spend the day in court? Ask yourself that question. And the next step, so this is what I'm thinking. So the next steps, Milagro could seek post-trial relief or she could appeal. That's all right. Meghan could pursue the removal of content and enforcement. Earlier sanctions over the deleted texts may affect any appealed narrative. And that's true. So basically what that means is, for those of you who haven't been following the case, Milagro was supposed to, when this lawsuit was brought against her last year, she was supposed to keep her text, all her communications from a particular time frame so that these people could use it to prove their case. And Milagro deleted approximately 20,000 messages. And the judge sanctioned her for that. So if Milagro wants to appeal isn't just a place you can go to and do what you like, right? It's going to come up on record that wait. Why did you delete these messages? So if you know what I mean, right? It's part of the reason why Tory Lanez couldn't win his appeal. You cannot be harassing someone. You can't have judgments against you around what do you call it? Restraining orders. You can't have sanctions around you, around legal sanctions, because you are intentionally breaking the law while being held liable for a crime that you committed. All these things are not going to work in your favor in an appeal court. So it is best in your case, if you get into trouble for something, keep your head down, serve your time while your appeal is going on. Because when people are out to get you, they will just bring up all the stupid shit that you've been doing and use that as a way to paint you in a light that will not benefit you. So this is for Milagro and her fans. If you think Milagro can appeal, again, I ask you, with what money? But I'll get to the money part of it. So I want to give you guys a mini breakdown of the jury's findings and how we got here. Now, I'll be very honest with you. Like I said, I am very irritated about the fact that Milagro was deemed to be media, because the legal definition of media, Milagro does not meet that. She doesn't meet that, guys. She doesn't meet that. Yeah. So I guess I'll quickly talk about the defamation standard that Milagro met to be found guilty. So it shows that Megan was able to prove, one, that a false statement was of fact was published about them. False for public figures, that's actual malice. Harm, damages. The courts distinguish opinion and hyperbole, usually protected from factual assertions that can be proven to be false. So Milagros dumbass going around telling everybody that Megan committed perjury on an adjudicated case, but could not provide any evidence, right? And was receiving favors from Tory Lane's family. That's grounds for defamation. And we've already gone through this before. That's why I told you guys that I didn't have any issue necessarily with the approach of Megan's lawyers in court. And I believe even if Megan had the best lawyers, again, this was always going to be an uphill challenge. But the fact that they found Milagro guilty of every single thing goes to show that there's enough evidence there to prove that that stupid woman really did something wrong. Let me just get some more information for you guys. Bear with me. All right. So the thing that I won't lie kind of confused me about this was, if Milagro has been found guilty of defamation, how does that work when the jury has said that Milagro is media? Hi Elfaz, hi Kali, Janet. And this is how I see it. So the jury recognized Milagro as a media defendant for some reason, and they can still find that Milagro defamed Megan. So by media defendant, it means that your procedures and remedies, like the Florida pre-suit retraction notice rule and limits around performative and presumed and punitive damages, not whether the statements were false and made with the required fault. So both findings can coexist. She can be liable for defamation while treated as media for damages notices purposes. So this is what I kind of agree happened. They agree that that stupid woman defamed her. However, because they see her as media, that's why the damages they brought against her were not as high. Because if they were just treating her as a random person with a platform talking nonsense, I'm pretty sure the damages would have been higher. But they deemed her to be media because they saw that she reported not only on Megan but on other things as well. And to be fair to Megan's lawyers, even if they only produced evidence of all the rantings Milagro did, there was also evidence that Milagro reported and covered other cases, which technically could mean that she was somebody who was talking about pop culture, not just Megan. So, yeah, yeah, I will accept that one, but I'm curious to see from a legal precedent what the judge is going to do. So let me get the list of So I want to get you guys the list of requirements according to Florida law that Milagro has to meet to be considered to be a member of the media. And again, these things are important for us to know. If Megan Sussex wants to be able to take legal action against someone, these are things that she probably needs to know. Now, according to Florida law, the judge has to rule on whether Megan Milagro is a media defendant. It is, according to the internet, according to this legal document, it is a statutory judge decided issue. That's why in this case, on 2 occasions, the judge said, according to law, Milagro, you're not media. So Florida's defamation chapter 7070, sorry, chapter 770, gives special rules to newspaper, periodical, other medium defendants like a 5-day pre-suit notice and retraction effects. Whether a defendant qualifies as an other medium is treated as a legal determination informed by facts. So courts frequently decide it post verdict when molding the judgment. Did you guys catch that? So it's not unusual for the judge to still rule on whether Milagro is actually a media defendant. It is in Florida law. It impacts the judgment, not the finding of fault. Being a media defendant can change what damages are available, e.g., limits tied to retraction statutes and whether pre-suit notice rules apply. But it doesn't undo the jury's findings that statements were defamatory. Judges can reserve this question and rule later when entering final judgment. Does that make sense to you guys that are getting your vaginas tickled because you think somehow Milagro is going to get away from that defamation suit? No, according to this, it doesn't actually. It impacts the judgment, like I said before, not the finding of fault. This is straight from the Florida Law Handbook. Yeah? Are you guys getting it? Are you guys getting it, ladies and gentlemen? It doesn't change the fact that Milagro's ass still defamed Megan. What this means is that the limits tied to retraction notices and whether pre-suit notice rules apply. The jury has found her to defame Megan. That is not going to change, whatever the judge rules. So keep that in mind. Florida case law extends Chapter 770 to online publishers, but it's fact specific. Florida appellate decisions have applied the other medium language to blogs, web publications using a test rooted in Ross versus Gore about disseminating news commentary in the public interest. Courts decide if a given outfit fits that category. And that is why the judge may still issue a ruling here. So in short, the jury has decided liability. The judge's upcoming ruling will decide whether Chapter 770 media-specific rules apply and thus how the final judgment and damages are structured. Have we got that, guys? So like I said, for the Milagro fans that are getting excited, this case is not over, right? So the only thing though, we don't know how this is going to go, to be honest. I think that comes down to how well Megan's lawyers defend their clients. And I think they will probably take the mistakes that they made, because I heard they made quite a number of mistakes. Take those mistakes and hopefully refine them to answer this question. So I would say I'm not sure. I don't know, obviously. The judge will have to let us know what he or she thinks. The president, though, leans against Milagro on this narrow media defendant question. That is, it's more likely that not the judge treats Milagro as a media defendant, even though the jury already found defamation. And again, it's not legal advice, but the reason why it's coming up that way is, did you guys remember that I mentioned chapter 770 of Florida's rule? It gives media defendants special procedural and damages rules. Courts will look at whether the outlet is an other medium devoted to disseminating news commentary on matters of public concern, not whether the content was good or even responsible. There's also the key precedent favors, which to online publishers. So, in a case called Cummins versus Van Voorhees, a Florida appellate court held a blogger qualified as a media defendant under Chapter 770, though it cautioned that not all blogs do. The test asks whether the site furthers the free dissemination of information or disinterested commentary on public issues. Coverage of courts and trials usually fits this mold. And again, the federal judges apply state law test. The judge can decide post verdict because it affects remedies, not liability. Florida doctrine from Ross versus Gore and progeny is what she'll apply. Counterpoints Meghan could press. The record includes deepfake porn circulation and targeted harassment, which could support a finding that the channel wasn't disinterested news commentary and thus doesn't merit media status, which is fair. Florida courts have noted that the category isn't automatic for all bloggers and streamers. So I guess realistically, it might lean slightly to Milagro being deemed a media defendant, which would shape damages rules, but it won't disturb the verdict. Right? So whether Milagro is deemed to be media or not, doesn't matter. That defamation charge is still going to stand. And that to me is the important part. Why? Because it sets precedent for Meghan Sussex. If Meghan decides to sue one of the many so-called media commentators that spread lies and misinformation about her, she can go to Florida and, use these laws to her favor. Does that make sense, guys? I know people are wondering that if Milagro was found to be a media defendant, even by the judge, how does defamation still stand? Yeah, it still stands because even though Milagro is media, there's evidence that she was targeting Meghan. The videos are there, we've all seen them. Right? Hi, Joyce. We're talking about the Milagro case and how it affects Meghan's ability to sue in the future. So I guess the point I'm just trying to make everybody relax on is she was still found liable for defamation. Yeah. So I guess what that means is Popcorn Planet, Kinsey Schofield, all of them, they could argue that Meghan has that their media is not just Meghan, even though there is enough evidence to show that is not true. A lot of these people don't. Someone like Popcorn Planet, he's really fixating on the Blake Lively thing, so maybe he does have some room there, but it doesn't save him from a defamation suit. Someone like Kingsley Schofield, oh, they would destroy her in court because there is enough evidence there to show that she targets Meghan. And this could apply for many of the Meghan Sussex haters. Just go through their videos, it's all there. Right? Yeah. But I want to stress again, this thing I'm telling you is in law. Florida chapter 770. Go and read it yourself. Even if the media defendant is right, it only affects damages. It doesn't affect the fact that she still committed defamation. So don't let all these angry bloggers or online people lie to you online. Milagro is still going to be found liable for defamation. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say. And if we apply that to Meghan Sussex, all the people that have been going after her are still going to be found liable if she ever takes them to court. So the part that I was particularly interested in, and I've said it before, the deep fake. How does that affect Meghan now? So yeah, that's the question, guys. The deep fake. And that's the part that if you guys have been following me, you know that I've been following this case because I really want Milagro to be found guilty of spreading that deep fake. I want it so bad. I want it so bad for her. I want her to take, because now that they found now that they found her liable, it's possible to take Milagro up on a criminal case. But that's a separate question from the civil defamation case. And I guess it depends on the exact conduct and the laws used. So it will depend. And there's quite a number of hurdles. So they will have to prove sorry guys, I have a cold now, I'll sneeze soon. They will have to be able to prove, they will have to have proof and intent. So prosecutors will need evidence tying the defendant to the creation or knowing distribution and showing the required intent and knowledge, jurisdiction and timing, where the upload occurred, where the victim was harmed, and when the conduct happened matter for jurisdiction and statutes of limitation. Florida statute even specifies when harm in state creates revenue. Sorry, when harm in state creates venue, rather. Platforms versus individuals. Brooks Law, and that's kind of what the lawyers were pushing. Brooks Law primarily pressures platforms civil penalties rather than serving as the charge for an individual. Prosecutors will more likely rely on Chapter 784.049 and or the Federal Act against the person. So in summary, it's possible that Milagro under federal and Florida law could face criminal charges for deepfake, but it would require a separate prosecutorial decision and evidence of criminal elements. So let's see. I don't know what that would lead. I don't know if Meghan wants to pursue that. I hope she does. I hope the judge refers it, but I don't know. I can't predict that one. But but it is possible for Milagro to be charged. And yeah, I guess the last thing, and that's the part that I was very curious about, does this set precedent? Let me find out. And I want to talk about how we got here. The internet's need to always be entertained is why we are in this situation today. Is why there are so many people making so much money from spreading lies and misinformation and all sorts of shenanigans about people, because people can't just take the truth and move on. They have to make it sound funny, make it sound sexy, make it sound entertainment, you know, not thinking about how this could impact people. So I guess I was kind of checking to see if this could set a precedent. I'm sorry to disappoint everyone. It wouldn't, and it wouldn't because a jury verdict in a federal trial court doesn't create binding precedent for other cases. Only appellate opinions and some written trial court orders on legal issues can shape precedent. And even then, district court rulings are generally persuasive, not binding. What it does do, though, it is a practical signal. Juries will hold influencers liable for defamatory claims and deepfake amplification. Expect lawyers to cite this case as persuasive on how juries view evidence, damages, and online conduct, even if it's not binding. So for those of you that are clapping for Milagro because they charged that 59K, 59K, which is punitive damages, by the way, they haven't put Megan's legal fees on this. So let me see if I can get a guess. So yeah, Milagro has 59K damages, which I believe came about because her lawyer was successfully able to argue that Milagro's broke ass doesn't have any money. Also, don't forget they see her as a media defendant. So they wouldn't want to charge her the way they would if a random stranger just went around. Like if she wasn't deemed media, I believe they would have charged her more, probably. Okay. So in terms of legal fees, not automatically Milagro doesn't have to pay fees. However, Milagro was had misconduct sanctions, which the judge has already ordered her to pay. There's the anti-slap in Florida. Florida's anti-slap statute says the prevailing party on an anti-slap motion gets fees. That usually benefits defendants who knock out meritless suits. It doesn't automatically apply just because the case involves speech, but I don't think it happens here. So, attorney's fees, there's no general automatic fee award to Megan just for winning defamation. She's only entitled to fees if the court grants them as sanctions or under specific fee shifting vehicles. And she can seek taxable costs as the prevailing party when the judgment is entered. Yeah, so I guess there's a lot here, guys. There's a lot here. So you can see why it's not just taking people to court. It might feel good in the moment, and it does feel good. And but if we think about it, guys, it doesn't set a precedent. Sadly, a precedent is set when an opinion is written, and an opinion is written when it gets to appeal, or yeah, when it gets to appeal. So for the defamation case, no automatic fees. They've already charged her punitive damages. For the deep fake, potentially, but mainly via a separate civil suit, which does allow attorneys' fees. Success hinges on whether a court treats deep fake. Wait, what? No, I don't understand. Let me Google that again. I want to be very sure what I'm saying here because I'm reading a different statute. Sorry for going quiet, guys. I'm looking for. Hmm. Mhm. Yeah. Because I want to be sure. I know that Milagro is going to pay that fee as in trust. But I want to be very sure what I'm reading on this Florida website. So I'm not really clear what the legal liability for Milagro is going to be for that deep fake, to be honest. I think that's for the judge. I think the punitive charges will probably cover that. But I want Milagro to pay Megan's fees. But that aside, I'm not the one to tell Megan what to do. You know, I don't know how she wants to handle it. But I really believe that, the point people were making that if Megan was looking for money, why the heck would she go after Milagro? And that's a very good point. She's not looking for money. Megan is looking for accountability. She's looking for, look, I've taken you to court, right? And court has said that you defamed me. Court has said, a jury of our peers have said that you defamed me and you intentionally spread a deep fake about me. That's a standard now. So I think what's going to end up happening is it's a warning to all these bloggers that you can't just say what you like and do what you like against these people anymore. Megan has the money to take you to court. All she has to do is just get one endorsement deal, maybe $1 million. Half of that money can go into court fees and throw your ass to court. Many of you do not have $500,000 on unblock. And don't listen to all these streamers. Many of them don't have money like that. Academics has been going around telling everybody that he's rich, he's rich. And like, okay, let's test it in court now. If Academics was rich, why did he do his 7-hour deposition without a lawyer? Why didn't he go to Milagros' case? He was supposed to be a defendant on her case. Why didn't he go in the trial to talk for her? Why did he hide? He was lying that Rock Nation now it's not Rock Nation. He was scared because now that the jury has found it, they can take this case and bring a case against Academics, against Aiden Ross, and they know it. And let's keep it 500%. They might be laughing at Megan now. Oh, it's only 60K. I can pay that money. I can pay that money. The legal fees, uncle. The bad press, uncle. Do you know how many people will not want to work with you because you have that type of liability? Milagro lost her station head contract because of this issue. So unless you want to be an old man screaming at the cloud, and how many viewers are you going to attract that way? You won't make money the way you're supposed to. Yeah? Platforms like YouTube help you grow your audience. Platforms like Twitch help you grow your audience. Platforms like which other one? TikTok help you grow your audience. If you cannot publicize yourself there because you want to be inflammatory and offensive and incendiary, how are you going to make money? Not everybody has money to be giving you. Buy me a coffee. You know? So yeah. Yeah, that's why I say for people, do you want to deal with it? Probably not. And I really believe, guys, that Megan going after Milagro is like when you're trying to take down an entire cartel, you start with the weakest link. Milagro gave them the access to depose Academics, to depose Aiden Ross, to depose people that have been bullying her for years. Now she has a lot of information on them that she can use to bring a legal suit. And don't forget the lessons that they've learned from this case. They will the next time they come again, they will be more prepared. So all the Milagro fans that are excited, don't get too excited. This is just the beginning. And don't forget that it's just Megan. There are other celebrities who also feel defamed and can make a decision based on what Megan has done to go after people. So this is for the Megan Sussex haters. Those of you that think that you can make simple SEO by going after Megan and saying what you like. Let's keep it 500%. People say terrible things about Megan Thee Stallion, but the things they say about Megan Sussex is out of order. And there are a lot of people with big platforms that do it. So Megan is spoiled for choice if she wants to sue people. And the funny thing about these people that harass Megan is the ones that do have big platforms. So she knows they have money. So for example, if she decides to go after Piers Morgan, but I think it won't be her. I think it will be Harry. I think that's what Harry is there for. When Harry is ready, he will go after all of them. And yeah, that's what I wanted to give you guys an update on the case, my feelings about it, why I'm happy, but I'm kind of not really happy because I wanted something more. I wanted Milagro to suffer, frankly. I wanted her to suffer. But I might still get my wish. She's feeling very cocky. And people online have started gassing her up again. So I might still get my wish. So yeah, that's what I wanted to catch you guys up on. Like I said, Megan Sussex Harper Bazaar mag has sold out. I was hoping I could get the hard copy. I was going to order it tomorrow, but let's see. I might still do it. I'll let you guys know. And yeah, hey Ghislaine, the candles are great. Yeah, I was going to do the 20% sale, But then I started thinking about shipping. But I was saying that I recommend Rituals. Rituals. This is Wild Fig. It's fantastic. I have this suede vanilla. I love when your house smells like a luxury hotel lobby. So yeah, I've enjoyed talking to you guys today. Are you doing a watch party? Yes. So I said I'm going to post it on my channel, guys. I'm opening a Discord account, which I'm going to invite you guys to join tomorrow. And I want us to do a quick mini with Love Megan watch party together, maybe 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock UK time, just to be sure you guys have access to it. And then we'll watch one episode and we can do a watch party for the third. I'm very excited. We're going to definitely have a watch party on the third for Megan's Christmas show. I probably won't be able to watch it till evening because I'll be working. So I will set up Discord now. I'll put the link in the chat. We'll do a quick watch party tomorrow just to be sure it's working and we can, remove any crinks or crannies. And guys, I'm going to make it interactive. So there'll be video, there'll be call, there'll be voice. If you want to join, we can have a voice recap together. And yeah, I look forward to that actually. So yeah, we're definitely having a With Love Megan watch party together. And I invite you all to come and join me. So guys, I'm going to take a break. I have a cold. I need to get something hot in my throat. I might not work tomorrow. I'll let my boss know. But yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you guys on Discord tomorrow. Please come so I can hear your voices. And yeah, I'll post everything on my channel. Take care. Bye.